Peace, love, and black power, family. What it is, it's your brother in Google. Now you see RANM. Once again, you were tuned in to another special episode of RANM RBG TV, where we keep it G. You already know that raw and cut, man. Common sense shit. Common sense for the common people dealing with the common issues, seeking those common solutions. You dig? But of course, black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Like I told y'all a couple days ago, I had something I thought was very special. It's gonna be kind of dope because I actually been planning this. We've been planning this for a good little bit now. I got the homie, you feel what I'm saying, my man Mike, and we go back some years, you feel what I'm saying, from clubbing to consciousness, man, you feel what I'm saying, so, you know what I mean, so today, like I said, it's going to be rather special, man, we going to, like I said, man, we going to break that chain of your brain, family, so, without further ado, I ain't going to say no more, I'm going to ask a couple questions here and there, but for the most part, it's your show, so here is my man Mike, introduce yourself to the people, family.
Good job, it's good. How y'all doing? Everything good? Peace and love, peace and love. Today's gonna be a special topic, you know. It's a topic that it just touches everybody. Some people get emotional, some people get angry. I mean, it starts wars. I mean, it's actually a problem that people fail to realize. It's a big issue at that. We're talking about religion. Yeah.
That's right, family. Tune in. It's going down.
It's like a disease. It's fucking with people's minds and soul at the same time. You know what I'm saying? People don't fail to realize these things because when they enter these religions, they really don't research it. You know what I'm saying? They enter it because it's been taught to them. It's been passed down to them. It's a tradition, as they say. But when do we stop the tradition and come to senses and realize what we're doing is wrong? We have divided ourselves among different branches of religion that does not balance us out at all. You have Christianity, where it's a bunch of contradictions. So now we have individuals living contradicting lives. They say they read what they see in their Bible. They say they practice what they read in their Bible. But have they really read their Bible? Are they really reading it the proper way? Or are they reading it as they were taught by another individual who was also taught by another individual? And who taught that individual is the question. We get down to slavery.
Nobody want to talk about slavery. Don't bring up slavery. Please don't do slavery.
A lot of people tell us, forget slavery. Don't talk about slavery. Slavery, it was in the past. But do you tell a young lady that just been raped to forget her rapist? Would you tell that to a young lady? Can you look that young lady in the eyes and tell her, your rapist was years ago. Continue your life without giving any guidance, financial learning, any sense of help. Just go about your way. Live your life. But do remember, you're living your life in my system. Whose system? The same slave master. We're still enslaved. We're still enslaved. Sad to say, we're still enslaved. Now, when we talk about slavery, they taught us what we call like Jesus. They taught us about this mythical, logical God coming to save us. That's right, coming to save us. Now, they stripped us of every culture essence that we have. Everything. I mean, we couldn't even walk African without getting beat up. Look at that.
Show him that.
Cause this guy right here. This guy. Do you see this individual right here? A lot of you are like, oh my God, he's talking about God. He's talking about God. He's the devil. No. This is talking about serious facts here. Serious facts that anybody can research, but is scared to. Why? Because they demonize knowledge. That's what they demonize. Knowledge. This is the era we live in. When we demonize knowledge.
This is the age of information.
We gotta ask ourselves.
It's the age of information.
We gotta ask ourselves. Because now this individual right here, this is what entrapping us right now. But let me tell you why they taught us that. Comes down to, they took away our religion. They took away our folklores. They took away everything that was African. Everything. Right? And now, they got us in the cotton field, and we're running, we're escaping, we're rebelling. How do you keep a slave from rebelling? We have to get into this concept. How? They had to formulate something. This is where they came up with religion. What better way to enslave a spiritual people? A people of love. How do you trap them? You give them false hope. You give them fairy tales. Because right now they're so in pain. They're so in distress. They don't know what to believe. They're confused. They're lost. But the same people that are doing this are giving them great stories. Stories that we wish could happen. And that's what's going on. We wish we could get saved. We wish somebody would come down and destroy our enemies.
Sounds good.
It really does.
It look good on TV too.
I mean, there's millions of cartoons, movies. I mean, they were great to see. But it's not real. That is not what's going on right now. While we're stuck in a fairy tale, they're taking everything from money, our history, our knowledge, and they're slapping us in the face with it.
They love our stuff more than we love. Sure.
Man, you know what the funny thing is? I was at work. This is funny. I saw a white young lady reading a book. And I thought to myself, what's she reading? Because what I saw was, the title was Colonization.
She's studying too.
I had to ask her, what you reading there? She told me it's a colonization book from my African studies. I said, what kind of book are you reading? The first thing she told me, she said, wait a minute, it's not the Europeanized book. I had to step back. Because my people, they wouldn't say that to me. They'd be like, oh, it's just an African book, by some white guy. Somebody I don't know. Somebody who doesn't know our culture. Somebody who doesn't have the same mindset as us. But they're trying to teach you about yourself. They're trying to give you spiritual knowledge. Do you really trust that? Do you really believe that? You gotta ask yourself. You gotta really start reading your Bible, your Quran. Ask yourself these questions.
It's all the same damn story.
And that's the funny thing. They
Same
separate
story,
themselves.
Same people, same location.
They separate themselves when everything is one. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's somebody who we just took Egypt, We took all the mythology, we separated it, and those who like this part went to Christianity. Those who like that part went to Islam. And when you break it down, it's still worshiping the nature. We just call it by different names. We fail to accept what they're really telling us so we can indulge in our white supremacy ways. And that's what I'm talking about. So we're so comfortable right now that we're in denial. Oh, we don't. No, religion's good. It helps people. But you do know there's an actual document that connects the government with your church saying they cannot help an individual, and if they do help an individual by themselves, they will be taxed. It's something like the 501c something. I can't remember the... There you go.
501c3.
You Google that. You check that document out. Because I don't want you to be like, oh, he's just saying. No, you check that out. You go research.
Watch this. There's another one y'all need to look up too. The Protocols of Zion. Look that up. Look that up. The Protocols of Zion.
There you go.
I ain't gonna say nothing until you look at it. The Protocols of Zion. Look it up.
We're not even gonna tell you what's in it. We're just letting you go and research it for yourself. Self-knowledge. This is what they're keeping from you. This is why they have your religion. When you have people in religion, it is easy to control them. Real simple. The quickest way to dismiss something and have no one ask any questions, regardless of any confusion, is by demonizing it. What does religion do is teach you that fear. They teach you that reward and punishment. Reward and punishment. What does that sound like to you? Reward and punishment. Slavery? Oh, you're a good slave. Oh, you want to go to heaven. White skies. White angels. White everything. Why is it white? If you're bad, you're going down. Hell. Get burnt. Your soul, your internal soul, will be burnt in fire. To me, if I'm not correct, a soul cannot be burnt. Can't.
Energy transfers.
So, where does this punishment come into play? The quickest way to keep a slave is in the mind. You can demonize everything. That slave will not go and learn it. Why? Because he's scared of it. Master said that's not good. I'm not going to read it. Master said that's not right. I'm not going to learn about it. But what is knowledge all about? Self-experience. How can you judge something if you don't know it? How can you understand something if you don't research where it comes from? How can we free ourselves if we don't know our origin? And we accept things like false religion. We accept the ideas of separation. The funny thing about it is, religion is parts and pieces of our own African spirituality. That's it. It's our own part of African spirituality. When you get down to it, you could break down to, oh man,
Don't matter if it's this one.
Don't matter. Just to break it down.